Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. Today is Friday, March the 29th, 2024, and this is Flosstube number 67. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. This is a channel where I talk about all the cross stitch all the time. And if you're returning to my channel, I'd like to welcome you back. Thank you so much for watching and following along on my journey. I had a pretty crappy stitchy week because I had a lot of stuff going on, which I will talk about at the end because some people don't care about what goes on in other people's lives, and that is okay. So I will talk about everything that happened to me this week at the end of the video. I will show you what I did get a chance to work on. And then we got to talk about, I made some changes. Again, hashtag fake plans are back. All right, so. I only worked on 4 projects, and one of those 4, only one of the 4 was one of my focus pieces. I didn't even work on my Hade Sal. Technically, I still have 2 days to finish it for the week, because I want to do 1,200 stitches a week on it. Technically, I have tonight and tomorrow to get my 1,200 done for the week. So it's just, I like to have the 2 focus pieces done before the next Flosstube. I was planning on doing it last night, but stuff happened, which again, I will talk about at the end. So I'll get it done. So next time you see this, you'll get to see 2,400 added stitches to the Hade Sal. But I did do 4 projects. One of them was Honeymoon Sunset, and I did get 4 milestones done. Yeah, that's how rough it was. I did not stitch it took me 2 days to get one of the milestones done. And then I only did 1 project each day on the weekend. And then I had 1 more. So there was like 2 nights I didn't stitch. Such is life, right? Okay, let me show you what I did work on. First up is a new start. And this is from Cross Stitching Lovers on Etsy. This is a very old pattern. I bought it a few years ago. I don't know if it's available anymore. I'm going to show it from like way back here. It says, oh, I guess I could do that. I don't think I showed this last time. It says per my last email, and then it's got like a border of flowers right there. I am doing this. I don't have a cover photo for it. So, and I don't think it's available anymore. So I can't screenshot what the mock-up was. But anyway, I'm doing this 2 over 2 on a 28 count printed even weave that I picked up at like Michael's or Joann's like 500 years ago. I don't have my my little show and tell board is over there. I'm not gonna get it. I only have 4 projects to show. I'll just do this just to help kind of. So I'm changing my stuff up. I'm changing everything up. So I got 500 stitches on this. Ooh, the sun's like really bleh today. But I got 500 stitches done on it. And it's working out pretty easy. So I'm liking it so far. Left a thread hanging. Real quick, let me go back to my board for a minute. If you look, everything says 500, except for my 2 focus pieces. Everything is going to be 500 from now on. I decided to make some changes. I think I talked about it in my last video. I was debating on changing the milestones up because I was getting frustrated with the larger milestones that I had set for myself. And so I was kind of thinking about doing it. And after some discussion and reading some comments, I decided to go ahead and change it. So everything is going to be 500 stitches because that's normally what I can get completed on an average day. On the weekends, if I don't have anything going on, I can do more, which would just mean that multiple projects got worked on that day. But I can average about 500 stitches on a weeknight. So that's what I changed every milestone to. And then we'll just I'm gonna kind of play it by ear regarding if they had like an end goal of a higher amount of stitches. We're just gonna we'll figure that out as we go. But that was per my last email. I'm not discussing categories because we have to discuss something else too. Next up is from Stony Creek Collection, and this is Winter in the Village. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I was working on the first milestone for it to get 500 stitches. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And I need my little show and tell board. Now I don't know, I'm lost without it. Okay, this is what it looks like now. So I got 500 stitches. I started working on this building over here. So that's where I worked, and I got 500 stitches done on it. I'm doing this on a 28 count even weave in the color Summer Sky by whoever dyes this fabric. I don't know. Whoever does Summer Sky, that's where I got it on 1, 2, 3 stitch. When I made the goals and milestones for them, this piece I said I wanted to get 6,000 stitches on. Per my last email, I don't remember, it's in the bag. Hang on, I can tell you. I just need to open the bag back up again, hang on. Per my last email, my original goal was to finish it. Okay, next up. Piece. It's a new start. I was very excited to start this one. This is from Sugar Stitches, and it's a Marshmallow World. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. Sorry for the sunlight coming in through the blinds, but if I close it, it's going to get really dark in here. But that's what it's going to look like when it's done. I am doing this on a 16 count milk chocolate Aida with 2 strands of floss. I'm using the called for DMC, and I got 500 stitches done on it. Look how cute that is. Oh my god, I love this so much. It is so cute. I have a goal of 4,000 stitches. This is one of the projects that already had 500 stitch milestones. So I got 500 stitches done, so I got the first milestone legit done. Oh, look how cute that is. The colors like really pop on that fabric. So this is a milk chocolate Aida, if you decide you want to do this. Next up, I need my tablet. The last piece I have to show you. I see why people like Dizzy Stitcher. Is my tablet seriously dead? Son of a mother. I'm gonna kill my kids. Man. Okay, I'll just show you the crappy, oh, you know what? I'm gonna insert a picture. So next up is Honeymoon Sunset by the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. This is one of my focus pieces. I wanna do 1,000 stitches a week on it for 25 weeks. So 25K in 25 weeks. Doing a challenge with Alara. And where did I work? Oh, I worked in the gazebo again. So here's a picture from the last time you guys saw it. And this is where I'm at now. So I worked on the gazebo some more, got more of it filled in. I'm liking how that's turning out so far. I'm doing this 2 strands tent stitch on a half cross. It's not a true tent stitch. On a 25 count easy count Lugana. And give me one moment and I will show you the entire thing. I have no clue what my stitches are or my percentages because it's on my tablet, which is dead. It wasn't dead last time I opened it. But this is where I'm at so far. I know I'm over 32%. I'm between 32 and 33%. So this is where I'm at with it so far. I'm probably going to move my spot again when I work on it next week. I just don't know where to yet. But yeah, really liking how that's coming along. This is still my favorite piece. That dreaded palm tree. Oh my God, there we go. A dreaded palm tree right there. Ugh. I hate palm trees so much with all of my heart and soul. Ugh. But I really love, and I don't like, okay. So I live in Florida. I don't like the beach. I don't go to the beach. I don't even remember the last time I was at the beach. I hate palm trees, and they are everywhere here. I don't like the heat and the humidity. Why do I live here? Because I have kids and I share custody with my ex-husband, so I have to live here right now. And I like the feel, like the vibe that you get from like beach scenes. So I have to deal with the palm trees. I don't mind stitching like the beach stuff. It's just the actual palm tree drives me nuts, and I think they're ugly. But anyway, so I did not work on the Haid Sow, so I won't show that. I'll show it next week with the 2400 stitches. Okay, what we're going to do real quick is we're going to update my big boards. Where's my Blue's Clues marker? Hang on. There's Gracie. Hi, Gracie. Gracie says hi. Hi, Gracie. Boop, 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 boop. All right, let's update my big boards real quick. All right, so we're only going to be marking off one for the Honeymoon Sunset. These are my two focus pieces. So we're going to mark one off here. Not doing this, but next time I show you guys, I'll be able to do two. All right. And then this one here, I feel like I'm kind of running through this, but it's whatever. All right, this one here, we're going to mark off. It's a Marshmallow World, which is down here. And there's something else on this board per my last email. Let's close this, which is over here. Here it is. There we go. There's those two. And then Winter in the Village. Which is down here. Here we go. Okay. We're not updating the category board because I was having a chat with some of my stitchy friends, and I'm changing things up again. So not only am I changing everything to 500 stitches each for the milestones, but I need to plug that. You know what? I'm gonna need my tablet, I think. Shit. I hope this charges up enough that, all right, hopefully that'll charge up enough that I can actually show you stuff if I pull any full coverages. Or I'll just have to insert photos. So I decided to change everything to a flat 500 stitches. Unless it's a tent stitch project, and then that one will be 1,000 because when I count it for my games, 2 tent stitches counts as 1 stitch. So to keep it easier for me to calculate for my games, those will be 1,000 if they're tent stitch. Otherwise, everything is going to be 500 stitches except for the 2 focus pieces. It's going to make me happier, and I think that it's going to make you guys happier because that means I'm going to have more stuff to mark off. So the other thing, I'm not updating my category board because I was talking to my friends and I was telling them my plans for next year was I was kind of starting to, like, you guys know if you've watched me for a period of time, I don't care when I stitch on a seasonal project. Like, I can stitch on a Christmas piece in the middle of June. It does not bother me whatsoever, right? But I watch Stitching Mommy, and she will, like, she has a few of her, she has, I think it's called a seasonal Sunday, where she has some seasonal pieces that she will stitch on, like, you know, spring, summer, fall, winter, on Sundays. And then she just rotates through them every season, right? And I was like, you know, I'm kind of thinking maybe what I could do is I could divide my stuff up, like my seasonal pieces by the season, and then whatever I have, just add my non-seasonal stuff to equal a certain number. Like, just like for spring, for example. Hang on. Like for my spring pieces, I have 32 of them. And then to get it up to 100 whips to pick from, because I like to I like to have options, I would pull 68 to equal 100 to pick from. And so when I was chatting with him, I said, you know, I was kind of thinking about, you know, spring just started a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I'm like 2 weeks shy of spring, but I was kind of thinking about maybe starting that now to see how I like it. And they all thought that was a great idea. So that's what I decided to do. But to keep this from being another 3-hour video, also because I was not going to be prepared to do this on a Friday after I've been working all day, and then I had to take my kids back to their dad's house. What I did last night, instead of stitching, because I didn't get home until, I didn't get ready to sit down and do anything until like 9 p.m. So I decided to go ahead and just draw my pieces, because I had to find my seasonal pieces and also draw the 68 non-seasonal pieces, and also make sure that my basket was correct and get everything alphabetized and then get my other crap put away. That was going to be a lot to do tonight. So I went ahead, I apologize, I went ahead and pulled out my spring stuff and went ahead and drew the 68 to pick from. So I have stuff, oh my God, I have stuff in the basket. Well, I guess, hang on. I have stuff in my basket that's like ready to be picked. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I have all new whips to pick from now. Whips and new starts still. I still have my 2 focus pieces, Honeymoon Sunset and the Hate Cell. So everything's gonna be 500, so I gotta redo my categories. I know, I just got my categories. We were just getting to the good part with the categories before, and I went and changed it up again, I know. And it's gonna change again in the summer, but you know what? It's okay, it's okay. You guys are here for the craziness, right? So I gotta redo my categories. What I probably am going to do, somebody had commented and said, maybe you could, instead of having to explain everything every single time, maybe you could just do a video explaining the process, and then I could link it in the description box if I ever actually do the description box down below. So I'm probably gonna do that. So for right now, I'm just going to tell you what category they're in, what categories they're in. And I might try to do the explanation video this weekend, and then that way I can just link it if anyone's curious. That way I don't have to talk about it every single time. This is probably going to be a short video because I'm like ready to pick my whips for the week, and we are, Gracie, can you stop giving yourself a bath on camera? We're only 19 minutes in. All right. No, ma'am. Stop grooming yourself on camera. Nobody wants to watch that. Okay. I'm going to pick, I'm by myself this week. My kids are at their dad's, so let's, and I want options. Let's pick 15 projects. I mean, I know I'm filming on Thursday. No, we're gonna stick with 10 because this fits perfectly on my board the way I write it out. No, we're sticking with 10. Never mind, I'm a liar. Okay. So first up, it's gonna be a new start. Stitchography. I don't know what's what. Oh, I was in the right one. Okay, perfect. I just gotta find it. Here it is. Okay, so this is gonna be a new start. This was from World of Cross Stitch Fat Quarter Shop for World Cross Stitch Day 2021. And that is what it's gonna look like when it's done. Like I said, this will be a new start for me. I'm going to do this on a 28 count white even weave. And I am going to be using these 12 flosses that my mom gave me. I'm just gonna kind of color match best I can and just pick where I want the colors to go. So that'll be fun. 500 stitches. I do have an end goal, of 6,000. So we'll see. I think with the goals, I might have to, if it's a number, I might kind of play it by ear. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with the end goals. Maybe I'll just stick with the number of milestones and just do 500, bam, 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 bam. I don't know, we'll have to see. Okay, so stitchography is in the Sal category. It's in the Sal category because it was a stitch along a few years ago, 3 years ago. Okay, next up. Yay! Hive Rules. This is one of my spring pieces. This will be a new start. This is from Primrose Cottage Stitches, designed by Lindsay Waite. And that is what it's going to look like when it's done. I was gonna say my first milestone will be to do like this, no, 500 stitches with a goal to finish it. And I'm going to be doing it on a I'm sitting here looking for the color like it's something fancy. A 28 count white Lugana. Woo! All right. And Hive Rules is, I know it's in this, I believe I put it in seasonal series. Oh, hang on one second. I forgot to do this real quick. No fill. Hang on. I'm highlighting my projects as I pull them on my big list. The light's like really weird. So I can do my board properly. Okay, Hive Rules. Hive Rules is in the seasonal series category. Honeymoon, sunset, okay. Hive Rules is in the seasonal series category because it's seasonal, but it's also actually part of a series because I have Hive Rules, Autumn Rules, and Christmas Rules as well. Okay. All right, next up. Calendar Girls May. Bring My tablet's finally getting charged up. I hear it dinging at me. Calendar girls. So I'm not gonna, so yeah, I'm not gonna like go through and show you what all the whips are that I'm gonna be working on. It's gonna be a surprise now for you. Not that you guys remember half of my crap anyway, right? All right, where's all my, here they are. Okay, so Calendar Girls May will be a new start. So anything that's like monthly like this, it would be March, April, and May. Actually, I think I only have two, the Calendar Girls series and the Year of Gnome Stitch Along from Cross Stitch for Everyone. Here it is. Oh, she's cute. Yay. So when summer rolls around, I will have June, July, August in my bag, in my basket. So I'm doing this on a, oh, here's what this is from Little House Needleworks. And that is what she's gonna look like when she's done. 500 stitches on her. End goal is to finish these things. And I am doing them on a 32 count something. I have it somewhere on one of the pieces of fabric. Oh, here it is. 32 count Legacy Lugana over 2. So that's what, so they're all gonna go on fabric like this. I have September started. Ah, got stuck on my thumb. Okay, next step. Okay, felt like there was like multiple pieces of paper there. The sewing desk. This is from, you know what, is this charged up enough that I can pull stuff up on it now? Well, I don't understand that. Maybe it wasn't dead. It's at 98%. Well, then why was it being like that? Huh. Oh, I wonder if my kids shut it off. Like shut it. No. Anyway. All right, I'm going to pull this up on Pattern Keeper. Sewing desk is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Amy Stewart. And I got regular size, regular color, so it's 525 by 375. And that is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is a whip. Sewing desk. So I'm doing this on a 25 count easy count Lugana 2/1/10 stitch. So this will be 1,000 stitches because the stitches will get cut in half for counting them for my Facebook games. And make sure I'm showing you the right direction. I started this in the middle. I don't know why. But I mean, at least it gives me something to look at, right? So this is my starting point. I have a goal to get it to 10%. We'll see if that ends up working out for me because of the whole changing of everything, because my first milestone was originally 2,000 stitches. I am currently at 7,871 stitches done out of 196,875, and I am at 4% exactly. So I'll do 1,000 stitches on this if I get to it. Hopefully I will. I already did my grocery shopping. I did it, I almost said Friday, that's today. I did it today before I dropped my kids off because my older son wanted to get a couple things before he went back to his dad's house. And I was like, you know what, let's go to the Walmart by your dad's house and I'm gonna do my grocery shopping while we're there. And since I was buying him stuff, he said, okay. Oh, the sewing desk. Wait, have I updated Hive Rules? Oh, Calendar Girls May. Calendar Girls May is in the seasonal series category. And the sewing desk is in the full coverage category. Okay, Ha! Next up is Calendar Girls April. So same fabric. Let me just pull out the pattern to show you what she's going to look like. You know what, real quick, hang on, because I know those three I could pull out. What did I do with that September one? Let me put all these back in here. I'm going to leave the three out that I could work on for the next couple months out of the big bag here, because that just makes sense. Okay. What did I say? April? This is what the April one is going to look like when she's done. There we go. There you go. Good job focusing. So 500 stitches on her, and she is in the seasonal series category. Oh, let's scroll up. Okay, next up. Oh, Stitch Fairy. This is a whip because I've started it already. Because this is one of the ones that I pulled that I'm like, oh, I already had this in my thing that I could work on before. So this is from brooksbooks.com, and it says all you need is faith, trust, and a little stitchy dust. I will be kind of scattering my stitches around because I need fancy floss. There's like Petite Treasure Braid or Krynic or something that I need that I don't have yet. So, but I'm doing this on a 28 count opalescent even weave, and let me make sure I'm showing you my start the correct direction. That is my starting point. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches, and this does already have 500 stitch milestones, so nothing really needs to change with this. So I will be working towards actually milestone number 2. And this is, I want to say in the, I think it's in the fancy light category. Yeah, I'll probably try to do like an explanation video of my categories and everything. Yeah, it's in the fancy light category. I'll probably try to do that this weekend. Don't hold me to it though, because I'm also supposed to be stitching or doing a stitch with me. I like doing the stitch with me's. It's just sometimes I kind of forget to do them on the weekends. And then I'm like, it's like hectic at work, or not at work, when I get home and stuff. So I kind of forget to do them when I get home, and ugh. Okay. How many do I have? Whoopsies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 more. Okay. Day to Night Africa. This is a retired chart from Pain Free Crafts, artwork by Lars Stewart. It's North America. Where's Africa? Here it is. This is a whip. I have started this. It is 650 by 464, and that is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm currently in the upper left-hand corner. This was a new start for me last year. Where is it? So my original milestones were percentages, and it was 0.5%, which calculates out to approximately, have I worked on this yet this year? No, I have not. Oh, I have it right here. So I got it to 0.5% last year, which is 1,500 stitches. I ain't doing that. So it's probably going to be like what, half of that's 0.25, half of that is what? What's half of 12.125%? So I'm going to just do 500 stitches on this. And so far I have 1,500 stitches done out of 301,600. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And that is my starting point. This is a bird right here. So I may try to maybe focus my 500 stitches on the little bird that's here in the tree. So I got something to look at next time. And it shows up better. Yeah, I might try to do that bird. Okay. Next. This is gonna be a short video, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, next up, oh, is Springtime Splendor. This is also from Heaven and Earth Designs, like one of my other pieces. Day to Night Africa. Is in 2 categories. It's in full coverage and it's in seasonal series. And then, what did I just say? Springtime Splendor. Let me find it on here since I'm already right here. Springtime Splendor from Heaven and Earth Designs will be in the full coverage category. Artwork is by Randall Spangler. It's one of his house pieces with the little draglings at the very bottom where you can barely see them. It's 450 by 758. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I did get the max color version, so there's like 5,000 colors in it. Not really 5,000, but you know what I mean. Here it is. So I am doing this 2/1 10th stitch on a 25 count easy count Lugana. So my milestone will be to do 1,000 stitches. I've already actually done 1 milestone on this. I don't know when, but I have done 1 milestone on this. And this is I don't know where I'm gonna go. I started in the middle with this piece too, but this is my starting point. My goal is to get this to 6%. So I'll do 1,000 stitches on this one somewhere. I think when I did it up there the last time I worked on it. I might try to get these part threads worked in, like I was working on down there. And I am currently at 14,618 stitches done out of 340,805, and I'm at 4.29%. So I'm gonna get, if I pull this out this week, I'll get another 1,000 stitches on this. I think what I was trying to do when I worked on this before was I was trying to work my way up to the top so I could work my way over, because I kind of like working left to right, top to bottom. I think that's what I was kind of shooting for, without going like too crazy with the confetti, like with the scatteredness of it. Okay. Two more. I think it's short because I only had to show 4 pieces this week. Oh, this will be a new start, Gilded Birdcage. It is a small kit from Artiste. Yep. I'm just going to use whatever came in the kit. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I have a goal to finish it, and these were already set at 500 stitch milestones, so hopefully the milestones I set for it will get me a finish. But yeah, it'll be a new start. So I'll be doing it on the tiny piece of white Aida that came in the kit. And since they're already like on a color card, I'll go ahead and show you the colors. Oh, and it's got gold, like metallic or blending filament or something, but those are the colors. And Gilded Birdcage is probably in the small kits category. Yep, small kids category. All right, last one. Proverbs. This is a really old piece that, it's a whip. It's a really old piece that I started like 150 years ago out of a magazine on a fabric I hate. But I'm going to finish it because I'm so far into it that I'm like, why stop now? Okay. All right, let me find it in the magazine real quick because I did not write down what page it's on. Here it is. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing it on some kind of mystery linen that I can't stand. But like I said, you can't see that. That's my starting point. So I have the entire verse done, and then I gotta work on all the flowers and stuff down here. I was struggling for a bit with this, and I honestly had thought about just scrapping the whole thing, but because I was working off a copy of the pattern from the magazine, but then I found the magazine, because I lost the magazine forever. I didn't know what I did with it, but then I found the magazine, and when I looked at the pattern in the magazine, it made way much sense, a lot more sense in my head, because I was working off the copies and I didn't know what order they were going in, and I'm like, what's happening? But looking at the pattern in the magazine, it makes much more sense, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. So 500 stitches on this piece, and I only had a goal of 2,000 stitches. So this only has 4 milestones. Hell yeah. Okay, that's totally doable. All right. I mean, honestly, if I really knuckled down, I could probably do the entire goal in one weekend, but I'm not doing that. 500 stitches. And Proverbs is, I think, going to be in other. Proverbs. Yep, it's in the other category. Okay, so, oh my God, my nose itches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so those are the projects I'm going to work on this week. Depending on what all I get done, I've already done my shopping. So if that's all you're here for, is that if you're only here for the stitching, I'm all done. So take care, happy stitching, and I'll catch you next time. But if you care about what's been going on in my life and what my potential stitching idea goals will be, if I could work on, let me see, if I could potentially work on, oh, I do have to work on, dang it, I got to work on the Haid style for like 2,410 stitches. That's going to cut into this week's stitching. Dang it. I'm going to do as many of these as I possibly can. And I still have to do Honeymoon Sunset. Not going to lie, I am having serious thoughts about not doing any focus pieces next year. I was kind of like thinking, oh yeah, I'll like just rotate focus pieces out. I don't know if I want to do that, because I'd rather just pick projects and just keep banging stuff out. I don't know if I'm going to do focus pieces next year, because being mentally, like being required to do these stitches, I'm like, I don't like it. But anyway, I wanted to try this whole seasonal, oh my God, my nose itches. I wanted to try this whole seasonal thing out for like maybe the season of like for maybe spring and summer, and see how I like it. And if I like it, I'll just keep rolling with it. I think I had 32 spring pieces, 32 summer pieces, 47 fall pieces, and apparently I really love winter, and I had 72 winter pieces, and then 136, non-seasonal pieces. Yeah, 136 non-seasonal pieces. So I have to redo all my categories because of all these, all the stuff that I have now. So we will get a whole new category board. I'm keeping the number. I think what I'm going to do with the milestones, because, you know, I had milestones this many out of this many. I'm not going to count. I'm not going to have a out of this many anymore. I'm just going to say how many milestones were completed this year. So I'm keeping that number. That's going to carry over from what I've been doing all year because I have achieved those milestones. So we're still counting all that, but I got to redo all my categories to see how many is in what. So if these projects I pulled are in multiple categories, I don't know what category I'm working towards yet because I don't know how many is in each one, because I'm going to do them. I'm going to work on, of course, the one that has the most in it. So I can like get that number pared down because I'm still keeping the idea of working on them in categories and then setting them aside when all their categories get worked on until 50% of said category is done. And that I will put that in a separate video if you're still confused by all that. By the way, if you've heard any banging or anything, that's my stupid neighbors upstairs. So my week, holy cow. So me and the boys went and looked at like 6 or 7 houses over the weekend. We really liked a couple of them. One of them that they really liked was my favorite from when I looked at them the previous weekend. And so but their actual favorite, it got rented out. Like we were out looking at houses. We saw this one. They were like, this one is our favorite and this is why. We get home 2 hours later, I pull it up on the website and it's already rented out. I was like, well, apparently it's somebody else's favorite too. My current favorite is still there. We went and looked at one last night and it was between my favorite and then this other one. But after kind of going back and forth between the pros and cons of both, because the biggest con for my favorite one is just that it's further away. That's really all there is to it. It's just that it's further south than what I was kind of looking for, but not by much. It's a 1-story. The one we looked at last night was a 2-story. So of course the boys loved it because we love a 2-story house. I'm like, yeah, but my mom pointed out to me that 2-story houses, especially here in Florida, their electric bills are like crazy ridiculous because it takes so much to cool off the second floor, which I always forget about because I haven't really lived in a 2-story house in Florida. So I never really thought about that, but I was like, yeah, you got a good point. The electric bills are really high for 2-story houses here in Florida. So my favorite house is a 1-story. It's bigger than the 2-story house is, and it's in a really nice neighborhood, and it has like an office area so I can put my stitchy stuff in it. So I'm finally, date-wise, we're finally getting to the point where I feel comfortable applying to rent the house, because I can't move until May because my lease at this hellhole right here is not up until May. Like mid-May. So the earliest I feel comfortable signing a lease is May 1st. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting, because I didn't want to apply too soon because some places, like some companies, they're like, well, you need to be able to have a move-in date within 2 to 3 weeks of getting approved. And it's like, knowing my luck, if I applied 2 weeks ago, they would approve me within 48 hours. And then I'd be like, well, crap, I can't move for 6 weeks. Now I'm down to where I can apply this weekend. Even if it gets approved in 48 hours and they tell me 3 weeks, I will make it work. I got my tax return back. I have a little bit of extra money. I will make it work. And I'm going to take like a week and a half off so I can get our stuff moved into the new place before I get my kids back, because the first full week of May, I have my kids. So I want to get our stuff moved into the place before the kids come back, and then we can like try to bang out getting the place unpacked, and I will have some time to kind of relax and get organized and get my stuff situated in the new place. keep your fingers crossed for me that I can get into this house, because it's actually like, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm looking forward to moving into it if I can get to it before somebody else does. That's my concern. I'm like, I hope that nobody applies for it before I get a chance to. I'm going to do it tomorrow. But yeah, so Monday, let me tell you about my week. So we were busy all weekend, right? Doing all this stuff, going grocery shopping. We went and saw my mom on Sunday, and so we were hanging out with her for like half the day. And so then Monday, there was only two nurses at work, myself and one other. Our third nurse was on vacation, and the girl that usually will cover one of us whenever we take time off, she was going to cover him all week long except for Monday. She said, I can't work Monday, but I'll be here the rest of the week to cover him. And Monday we were extremely busy on Monday. There was like 30 patients and on the schedule, which doesn't sound like a lot really, but it was, especially for two nurses. And then at 10 o'clock, I get a call from my kid's school that my youngest one is sick, puking up a storm. I'm like, really? Because he was fine all weekend long, and he was fine this morning. Like, all of a sudden now he's sick. Okay, great. I said, well, he's going to have to hang out in your nurse's clinic until I can get up there, because I really cannot. And my director's on vacation. So I'm like so I had to like text the vice president of operations who was covering him. I had to text her and be like, hey, I have to leave at like, once the morning patients are done to go get my kid, but I'm going to get him and then I'm going to come back to work. And she said, okay. So once our morning patients were done, it was like 12:30. I had to leave, go get him. Then I had to stop and get him some soup, because of course I have nothing for a sick kid to eat, right? So I stopped and got him soup. And mind you, over the weekend, let's back up for just a minute. Over the weekend, as we were driving around looking at houses, my car started making noises. Grinding noises, like brakes, but in the back. That's weird, because every car I've ever owned has had disc brakes in the front, drum brakes in the back. I've never had to replace the drum brakes, because I always get rid of the cars before they need to be replaced, right? The front brakes, yes, I've had to replace those, but not the back ones. So I'm like, God, that's weird. What is that noise in the back? It sounds like brakes, but why would there be brake noises in the back? So I don't know why, but I was thinking that nobody was open on Sunday to work on cars. So I was like, well, boys, I'll be late picking you up on Monday, because I have to get the car looked at when I get done with work. Because I couldn't very well call in, because I knew it was going to be only me and the other nurse. I could not call in, and it's just me. So I couldn't just drop my car off and have someone pick me up. So when I got out of work, I went to the place I normally take my car to when I have a problem, like just throughout the years I've lived here, and they couldn't work on it because they were short-staffed. He said, you can drop it off. I was like, I don't have anyone to pick me up. So he said, well, you can drop it off tomorrow. What did I just say? I don't have anyone to pick me up. But then I found a place down the road, like 3 miles down the road, and so I drove down there. And that guy also said, I'm not going to be able to get to it today. He said, but let me look at your car to see what you're talking about, just to make sure you're okay. And I'm like, all right. So he goes out and he looks. And yes, it's my brakes, because apparently my car has disc brakes in the front and the back. So, and my rotors were jacked up from the brakes, grinding on them. So he said, I'm going to get you worked in today. I do not feel comfortable with you driving with your brakes like this. He said, so I will get you worked in today. He said, but we will not be done with your car until after 7 o'clock. Mind you, it's 4:30 right now. I'm like, oh, that's fine. I said, that's perfectly fine. So I went ahead and texted my ex-husband, because my older son was at his house. So I texted him to let him know, hey, I'm going to be late picking him up. And they did not get done with my car until 7:45 p.m. Got the kids, went and got food. Because by then I'm like, it's like after 8 o'clock. I'm like, I am so done with the day. So we stopped and got food, went home. I ate. I was like, I am not stitching tonight. Like, I was done. And I woke up on Tuesday with a dull headache, not quite a full-blown migraine, but a dull headache. I don't know if something's going on with the pressure in the air around here. I have had a headache since Tuesday. Thursday, I stitched Tuesday, I stitched Wednesday. Thursday, I picked the boys up and we went and looked at that house that I was telling you about last night. And by the time we got through the traffic and got back, because Thursday I was late getting out of work. Why was I late getting out of work? I don't remember, but I didn't leave work until like 5:30 on Thursday. Oh, well, so our charting, we have like 3 or 4 days that we can, if we need to, we can do our charting, like actual like documentation later. Like, you know, like if I can't get to all my charting on Monday, I can do it on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. But the things that have to be done, I have to make sure that my orders are in. And I have to, like, if we give medications, I have to make sure, like, you know, just ointments or, you know, solutions to clean. I'm a wound care nurse, so wound vac, stuff like that. I have to make sure, you know, suture removal, whatever. I have to have those orders in, medications in the same day. And so I had to do that stuff before I left, but I couldn't even get to sit down at the computer to do it until probably close to 4 o'clock because I was returning voicemails because we have a voicemail line and other stuff was going on too. Patients were coming in late. Like we had patients scheduled until 1:30, but then we had some walk-ins. It was a nuts day on Thursday. So I didn't get out of there until like 4:30, 5:30. Got out of there at 5:30. It took me an hour to get over to my ex's house to get the boys. Then we had to go look at that house. And then we came home and I made dinner and then I had to shower. Like, so by the time I got done with everything, it was after 9 o'clock. And I was like, I am not stitching tonight. I'm not happening. So yeah, that's been my week. It's just been a busy week. And, I know that when I don't have the boys, it won't be so like, not really rough, but it won't be as busy because I don't have to worry about if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to cook dinner. But with them, I have to cook dinner every night. I mean, my kids can make their own dinners too, but it's not the point. So, and we are going to have to start packing as well. So I have to start going through my stuff. I've been here for 6 years. I have a lot of stuff. I have 6 years worth of crap just been, you know, just living, you know. And so I have to go through my stuff, figure out what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep, start packing things up, figuring out what can I go ahead and pack now and what do I need to wait on until later on this month. And I told my kids, I said, next weekend when you guys are over, you're going to start packing your stuff up. And they're like, already? I said, you have 2 weekends. Well, 2 weeks really, because they can pack during the week too. But they're not going to want to do it when they get home from school, and I don't blame them. But I said, you guys only have 2 weeks to pack your stuff up. The clothes, it's fine. But like the junk, their stuff, I want them to pack it up, for one, because I don't want to pack their crap. But 2, they're currently sharing a room, so they're sharing everything. And so I want them to, when we get into our new place, they're going to each have their own room, which they're very excited about, and I am too. But they're going to have their own room, so I'm like, you're going to pack your stuff up and split it now, because I'm not going to listen to it when we move into the new place. And if neither one of you want a particular item, we're getting rid of it. We're not taking it to the new place. We're not going to be like, oh, well, you know, I didn't know what to do with this, so I just put it in my box. No, if you don't want it, get rid of it. Because that's what I'm going to do too. My biggest thing, I think, is going to be my closet. I have a lot of stuff in my closet, like clothes that don't fit me anymore, shoes I don't wear anymore, you know, just a lot of stuff. So I think my biggest thing is going to be my closet. And I'll probably get rid of some of my kitchen stuff too. But I will have a lot more cabinet space. Maybe I can just keep it. I mean, that is the nice thing about living in a 2-bedroom place, like that's kind of small, is that, you know, you only have so much room to keep stuff. But yeah, so keep your fingers crossed for me that I can get into this house that I really like. I do have other houses that are on my list of, yes, I wouldn't mind living here, but this one is my actual favorite house, and I really hope that I can get into this one. So if I can get into it, it's going to be super exciting, and I'll have a little office area that I can get my stuff set up in, and when I do that, I will do a little video to show you guys my little crafty space. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments section down below. If you liked what you had to see and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a video. I have currently been posting every week. Not gonna lie, it's a little stressful trying to get my stuff done in a week as opposed to 2, even though I just pull half the amount of projects. But I enjoy the weekly updates myself, so I'm gonna keep it going for right now. Mr. Whiskers, you wanna say hi? Oh, last minute hello. Hey, Mr. Whiskers, it's my baby, my boy. He looks mad, but he's not. He looks mad, but he's not. Mwah. So, again, now I got cat hair on my face. Hey, baby. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. If you like what you had to see, all right, I already said all that. Okay, that's all I have to say. I will try to film a stitch with me, and I will try to film a video kind of explaining the categories and everything in a little bit more detail this weekend to post. Yeah, I'll try to get that done, and then if I can get at least that category video done, then I will link it in the description box in my future videos so that you can just be referenced to it in the future. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So take care, happy stitching, get a lot of stitches in, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.